Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. So in this video, we're going to focus on a major cause of inner leg, thigh, and groin pain, which is due to a buildup of weakness and tightness in the adductor muscle group, those muscles located right on the inner thigh. To fix this, I want to show easy exercises that are going to help stretch and strengthen the adductors for both quick and long-lasting relief. Just as a quick note, each one of these exercises works differently. To get the best results, go through them all and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. So if you're dealing with a lot of pain and tightness right now, this is the one that I would try first. Let's start lying flat on our back on a floor or in bed. Have your legs roughly hip width apart, knees bent, feet flat. Gently press your heels downward into the floor until you feel a light activation of the muscles around the hips, targeting the glutes or the buttocks. You're going to hold this and now slowly swing your knees downward towards the floor, moving through the hips as much as you can. As you do this, you're going to feel a really good stretch form on the inner thighs working into the groin. Build into this one as much as you can, hold it for a couple seconds, and then just like a windshield wiper, you're going to swing towards the other side and repeat. Do this nice and slowly for 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides, and with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. To take this one to the next level and get a much deeper stretch, you can do what is called the butterfly. For this one, we're going to put our feet together and just gently press our heels downward into the floor until we feel that light activation of the buttocks. We're going to hold this, now take our knees and press them down towards the floor as much as we can. When you do this, you're going to feel a really deep, intense stretch form on the inner thighs working into the groin. Once you feel that, hold this comfortably for 5 seconds, relax, and then repeat this 5 to 10 times. I would go through both of these movements. The odds are you're going to find that one just helps you out a little bit more, or maybe a certain position like swinging towards the right with the windshield wiper. At that point, keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. Here's a really good exercise that we can do seated. So let's start with very good upright posture. Just have your back nice and straight. What you're going to do is take your legs and you're going to try to walk them out like this as much as you can until you feel a really deep stretch forming on the inner part of your thighs working into the groin. Once you feel that, what I'd like to do is then slowly pivot forward like this, lowering my chest towards the floor. What you're going to notice is it deepens that stretch on the inner part of the thighs, but it's also going to work across the pelvis into the lower back. Once you feel a deep but comfortable stretch, try to hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds and just do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. Relax, and then on the next repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more for 3 to 5 repetitions. But if you would like to deepen this stretch, what you can do is take your elbows and put them on the inner part of your knees right here and just press into them like this as you lean forward. But do this slowly because it's going to be a very deep, intense stretch on the inner part of your legs. But if you would like to take this one to the next level and focus a little bit more on strengthening, especially with the adductor muscles, give this a try. So what you're going to need is a pillow, and you're just going to place it right in between your knees. Have your feet flat, knees bent roughly at 90 degrees. And what you want to do is just squeeze your knees into the pillow until you feel a really deep activation of those inner thigh muscles. 5-second hold, we're going to release it, and then repeat this 10 to 15 times. And with each repetition, challenge yourself to squeeze in a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. For this exercise, we're going to start on our side with the most tight or painful side towards the ceiling. So let's have our body nice and straight and support our head with our hand just like this. This top leg, we're going to keep it straight at our knee, and we're going to slowly lift our foot upward towards the ceiling. The more that you go up, the more that you're going to feel a lot of muscles throughout the leg start to fire, but really focus on feeling it in the inner leg, inner thigh area. Hold this comfortably for 3 to 5 seconds and then slowly lower your leg back downward, resisting against your leg weight. You're going to notice it targets the muscles a little bit differently. So try to do this nice and slowly, going up and down for 5 to 10 repetitions. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. But if you would like to take this one to the next level, target some more muscles, and make this a lot more challenging, give this a try. So let's raise our leg upward until we feel that really good activation of those inner leg muscles. We're going to hold this and now do small circles with our foot. And with each circle, make the next one a little bit larger. You're going to feel a deep activation of those inner thigh muscles, but it's really going to target the glutes and the buttocks. So try to do this nice and slowly for 5 circles in one direction, and then switch it up and repeat in the other direction for 5 more repetitions. From there, you can relax, take a breather, but try to do this whole complete cycle about 3 to 5 times. And if you do notice that one certain movement, like swinging the foot inward like this, it just feels like it's weak or it's really tight, at that point, treat it like your weak link and throw more repetitions in until it's nice and loose, or it feels like you got a really good workout. Just remember though, whatever you do on one side, always switch to the other side and repeat to help keep everything in balance. This exercise is called the pillow squeeze, and it's really going to help target our adductor muscles. So let's break this one down. We're going to lie flat on our back in bed or on a floor. Have your knees bent, feet flat, and place a pillow right in between your knees. What you're going to do is just press your knees into the pillow as much as you can until you feel a deep but comfortable activation of the inner leg and thigh muscles. You're going to hold this for about 5 seconds. You're going to release it and repeat this 10 to 15 times. And with each repetition, building into it just a little bit more. Afterwards, see how you feel. If it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. But to take this one to the next level and target some more muscles and also make this more challenging, give this a try. So we're going to lift our legs upward so our knees are bent at 90 degrees, pointed straight up towards the ceiling. Let's press into the pillow to activate those inner thigh muscles. We're going to hold this and now slowly swing our knees downward towards the floor. As you do this, not only are you going to feel a really deep activation of those inner thigh muscles, but also across the groin into the hips, targeting the glutes or the buttocks. Once you feel all of those muscles start to fire, hold this for a couple seconds and then just swing towards the other side and repeat. Do this twice in both directions, and at that point, what you're going to do is relax and take a breather. I would try to do this whole complete cycle about 5 times, but again, if it feels like you have a little bit more energy, always challenge yourself by throwing in another set or 2. So here's a really good exercise that we can do standing called the side step lunge. Let's start by taking our hands, putting them in a prayer position, and then pressing them into our chest and holding that during this exercise. It'll just help keep our back nice and straight. So just like the name implies, what we're going to do is step towards one side and then lunge our body weight towards it. Whatever side that we're lunging towards, we're going to bend that side's knee while the leg on the other side is kept straight as possible. So the more that you lunge into this, the more that you're going to feel a deep stretch form on that other side, right over the inner thigh and leg area. Once you feel that, hold this comfortably for 5 seconds, release it, come back up, take a breather, and then repeat this on the other side. Do this nice and slowly for 5 to 10 times on both sides. And with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more. But if you would like to take this one to the next level and really target tightness and pain off to one side, this is what you can do. Let's say that we have a lot going on our left inner leg. So what I'm going to do is lunge towards my right, get that initial stretch, build into this one as much as I can, hold it for 5 seconds, and then I'm going to slightly release it just a little bit. I hold that for about a second, and then I lunge back into it a little bit more. And again, holding this for 5 seconds, releasing it, and then just keep repeating this over and over again. With each repetition, you're going to notice that you can deepen that stretch a little bit more. So try to do this for about 5 times, come back up, take a breather, and if you need to, just keep repeating this over and over again until everything is nice and loose. So this exercise is called the frog rocker, and we're going to start on all fours on a floor. Put your feet together, and what you want to do is slowly walk your knees outward as much as you can until you feel a really deep stretch forming on the inner part of your thighs. Once you feel that, hold this position and walk your hands forward like this until you feel a light stretch form in your back. Once you feel that, take your fingers, grip into the floor so they don't slip during this exercise. We're going to tuck our chin towards our chest and now rock our whole body backward, taking our butt towards our heels. The more that you rock backward, the deeper that stretch is going to be felt on the inner part of your thighs. So build into it as much as you can and hold it comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. And during that time period, do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Let out as much tension as you can. Release it by rocking forward and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. So if you would like to take this one to the next level and target some more muscles, including into the back, this is what you can do. Instead of keeping your body straight, tilt it a little bit towards one side and then rock backward. What you're going to notice is you're going to feel a little bit deeper of a stretch on the other side. So give that a try towards the right and also towards the left. If you notice any of those positions offer more relief, at that point, keep throwing repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.